All right guys, today we are trying to do a bunch of small projects on the interior. I'm gonna start with this door panel, which is already removed, but let me show you guys how to remove these things by doing the back door. We're gonna be replacing these nasty, grimy door grab handles on all three doors except for the driver's side, so stay tuned. So to help you with this job, you should use a plastic pry tool, but I left mine at home, so I'm just gonna try to pull this off. And of course, it's super easy, as in most YouTube tutorial videos. So we're just gonna pull this off. You can see what you're dealing with. It's just kind of a stud and then a little plastic clip. I went ahead and bought a bunch of these plastic clips on eBay because I know that I'm probably gonna break a few and have to reuse them or put some new ones in. So if you break any of these or lose any, don't worry, you can kind of just spin them off and then you can pop them back where they were, just like that. Couple of T15 bolts. You can see this one in particular has 2. The front door has 3, so there's 1 and 2. Now sometimes they won't completely come out, so just be aware. I'll try to pull it out, but if you get it all the way loose, it'll be fine. All right, so those 2 are loose. The next thing you want to do is remove this trim from the actual grab handle. So to do that, you just want to pull on this rubber piece here, and hopefully it just pops out. A couple of clips holding it, there you go. And then what you want to do here is the same T15. You want to take this thing out. Now, once you have on this back door those 2 T15s and this T15 out, the door panel can come off. So the way that you want to pry is using a plastic pry tool, pry from the bottom. And I always usually try to start from the front, just because it's a little bit easier. Let's see, yeah, I got 1, 2, and then you can just work 4. You can see that now the thing is loose. Now the front ones. All right, so I got all of them loose around. Now what you want to do with the top is you're going to lift up on the door card to clear this area here where the window goes down. So there are a couple of clips holding it in place. You just want to kind of wiggle it up, and there we go. So a little bit up and a little bit out. Didn't break any clips, even though it sounded like I did. Now, once you have this, you're gonna have to disconnect a little plug for the window switch. And then I typically will disconnect the door lever right here. So you just kind of move this down and then release it like that. So that's that. All right, so I'm going to show you what we're doing with the door cards here. So this is the passenger side door card. You can see the nastiness on that door. So the way that this is attached to the door card is through these kind of plastic rivets. So BMW from the factory just melts this plastic over. So there's no easy way of removing this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use a drill bit to try to drill out the center. I'm going to use some pliers to try to break off as much as I can. And then at the very end, I'll probably use a larger drill, just like that, to make sure that the hole is nice and clean for the new handle. So let's do this. So you can try drilling it out with a bigger piece. What I found is once you get a hole drilled, it's easier to kind of just go in and try to break off the head of this thing. So I'm going to try to do that here, possibly. The hardest part is just getting underneath this thing without. All right, so you see I'm breaking off the edge here. So that's really what you're aiming to do, is just break off as much of this rivet as possible. Goes. right, so there's another piece of it, and then I just need to get this corner edge out. There's that. A little bit left. So this is really the most difficult part of the entire process, is just getting the old handles off. So that's pretty clean right there. That should be able to pop right out. I'm going to do the same thing with this one, and then the same thing with these two down here. So there's a total of 4. I just removed one. Drill out, break off the edge, drill out, break off the edge of each of these 4. So I'm going to cut 2 once I've done that. These bottom 2, I did my best. I'm going to try to clean up the very edge, and what I'm doing is I'm just using a flat head and a hammer to try to get, just kind of pry the piece of plastic in so it slides out a little bit easier. So here is the old one and the new one, just for comparison. Now the cool thing about the new ones is that they use a bolt and a washer to secure instead of the plastic melted rivet, so we can throw away the old one and then go ahead and start on the installation of the new one. So on this, I'm going to stick the bottom portion in here, and then you can see that the top portion goes right there. And what's going to happen is you'll see that's the new piece right there. As you start to screw the bolt and washer in, it's going to tighten up, and it's going to eliminate the space that you see on the front. Same thing for the bottom, bolt and screw there. So let me get the bolt and screw and a Phillips here. Washer and bolt in on this one. And again, I'm not going to tighten it down until I have all 4. All right, trim piece that goes on here will cover this up. So now it's really time to reassemble everything. So let's take this door card and put it back on the passenger door. And this is the most important part, just because that's where really the force of you opening the door is going to be applied. Really this bolt, not the ones that we did from the inside of this handle. So that is it for screws. Now I have a brand new piece, not a perfect color match, but it'll do for now. So I'm going to clip this in. This piece is no go. All right, I broke down and I bought the OEM trim piece from BMW because the aftermarket one that I purchased was not great. So this is about $31 versus $14 for the other one. And let's see how it looks clipped in. And there we are. Doesn't get any better than that. No gummy handle anymore. So job is done. Stay tuned for more. Bye.